All right, traders, we welcome you to the episode 3 of TFA Talks. It's a podcast that we have started where we talk about the market, strategy and outlook for the next day and other pressing matters. So today we'll talk about what we can expect from the markets on Thursday, October 8th. Tomorrow is the weekly expiry, so things become very volatile and we can have a dual trend in the market. So we'll discuss about all of these things. So Himalay, how's everything? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're quite audible.
Right.
Everything is good at my end, and tomorrow is the weekly expiry, and I think there can be big movements in the market. So why don't you, maybe connect the dots for Nifty and guide people as to what can happen tomorrow?
Yeah. So before I get started about tomorrow's analysis of Nifty, I wanted to give a little bit background what happened today because a couple of significant developments have happened. So yesterday evening, SGX Nifty and the Dow futures were trading quite high, but around 11 o'clock or something like that, we had an announcement by Trump where he stated that he had told his negotiators to stop talking with the Democratic leaders on a fiscal stimulus. So this was actually
Right.
taken with a big blow by America. So we saw in 15 minutes, the American markets plunged, and it was also not taken well by Asia today morning. So that was something which, stopped us from having a gap up today, which was scheduled to be so. But today, when the markets opened in India, they opened a little bit lower, but again started as we had planned out yesterday. So if you remember, if all of you had watched the video, we had discussed that today, sorry, you had to buy if the market opens flat, or if it opens a little bit gap up, you have to be a buyer in the market and scalp for a movement till 730 to 740. So we had given this range yesterday. So whoever had done that, you would have made a good a couple of points in profit. And actually, we had planned to build up some shorts here. We have done that today, but we didn't get a lot of movement. So it has become sideways like it has been doing every single day. So that's what happened with Nifty today.
Right.
Not a lot of movement, but just what we have planned, it has worked out for us. What happened in Bank Nifty? Can you give me a background? What did you discuss?
All
And
right. I'll just share my screen
yeah, sure.
real quick over here.
Right.
All right. So I would like to talk about what happened in Bank Nifty today, and then later on we can talk about what will happen tomorrow. So see, we had already discussed in the past two episodes that for Bank Nifty we are aiming for a target of 23,150, and I feel that the stock will halt at those levels. And yesterday itself we discussed if there's a flat opening today, so we should be slightly on the buyer side. Again, having a target of 23,100 to 23,150. It definitely did not give that big of a move, but it made a high of 23,036 as we can see over here. And let's look into the internals of Bank Nifty and what has happened today. So in the morning, two candles itself, at 9:30 candle and 9:45 candles on the 15-minute chart
Yeah.
gave a really big upside move, and after that it ended up creating an ascending triangle. However, the interesting part was, the level was unable to break over here. All the 15-minute closing were within the ascending triangle itself.
Yeah. So
Uh,
23,000 is a very good
that is my
psychological round number.
view on what psychological round number and the resistance level.
Right.
So, this is what happened in Bank Nifty today. Why don't we now cover up the points on what can happen tomorrow? Since
Yeah,
tomorrow
sure.
is an expiry and it is an interest market tomorrow.
Sure. So let's just talk about the stocks that we had given for today as well. Before we get started in that, Reliance was one stock that you had given, and it has worked out in our favor. So yesterday we had
Yes.
discussed very clearly that Reliance will explode today for no matter what. And today it broke this triangle, as you said, gave a very good movement, gave you a high of 2320. All the targets that you had given
All the
have
targets
worked
were
out.
hit.
So hats off to
Absolutely.
you. I think we've got a lot of screenshots. People took this trade. So well done to all of you. So you also
Yes.
talked
All
about Dabur, right?
Dabur was another pick there. Yes, absolutely. And like I mentioned yesterday, that we can expect Dabur, on a short side, and there will be a selling pressure, and that is what we had witnessed in Dabur today. The selling pressure is already, acting up. Let's see the targets that I had mentioned yesterday. I think you should maintain. I will be maintaining those targets on Dabur.
Perfect. Also, we talked about Hindustan Unilever, and we had explained
I
that you
think
can be a
yes.
buyer in this stock or a seller, depending where the market opens and where the 15-minute thing goes. And today, clearly, you got a very good momentum, about 1.5% move in Hindustan Unilever. So FMCG, as we discussed, was a good gainer in this segment. And Divis, I
Absolutely.
think, is one.
Yesterday, I think, we discussed that though the FMCG sector was in pressure, but as you spotted out rightly, that Hindustan Unilever will give an upside move, and that I think the targets have also been achieved.
Yeah.
I think that was really wonderful pick on Hindustan Unilever.
Right.
Uh,
Also, we talked about Divis Labs in the first episode. We had given you a positional view to buy Divis. We gave a call around 3130, these levels, and today it made a high of 323222. So you would have made a good 80 to 90 rupee profit per share. So I think that's also a good success, and you would have made good money in that share. And finally, Titan is
Absolutely.
one stock that you are also given today. So if I'm not wrong, the level we had given yesterday was 1220. So we had given
Yes.
a buy above 1220, and today it went up about 5%. So this is another big hit, and I hope you all have made money. So we suggest you keep watching these videos so that you can be at par with the analysis that we are doing, and you can try to make some money as a passive income in the market. Right.
So congratulations to everyone who have picked these trades and made money and have sent us the screenshots. You can reach out to us on our Instagram at the Financial Analyst.
Right.
All right, Devang. So I think we have discussed about what had happened, uh, all our targets that we have discussed yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, what is your view going forward?
Okay. So today I wanted to be a seller when you come to 730, 740. Personally, I've
Hmm.
built up some shorts. That's my personal view. But tomorrow, again, as I said, how do we analyze the market? It's very simple. If you look at the externals, there is a very stiff resistance at around number 11,800. So this will be a big level to play with tomorrow. So we have to see how markets will react to these levels. Talking about the internals, obviously we are in a good uptrend, but also at the same time we are quite extended now. Where does this rally
Yes.
end? That is something we can't predict, but it is a fact that we are quite extended and the gaps are there in the market. So today we have a very good range bound market, and the 760 level today became a very important resistance. So tomorrow I would say
Hmm.
it becomes very important where you open. So tomorrow, let's say we are opening on the flat side. If we open around 700 and today's closing at 738. So if you open on a flat side, and if you get a 15-minute closing above 760, then you can be a buyer. I would say it is safe to be a buyer because the momentum will continue if you open flat. So I would say track the first 15-minute candle. If you close above these 750, 760 levels, you can buy. And when you buy, because since we are overvalued, I would say again, reduce quantity on the buying side. This is it's a must.
Absolutely. I think this is
And
a very important point that you've added.
you have to reduce quantity if you are a buyer tomorrow, because it is expiry, and on expiry breakouts do tend to fail. And you have to understand, on expiry either you get a doji kind of candle, or you can get something like a dual trend. So you can have an uptrend in the morning followed by a downtrend in the evening. So if you
Hmm.
open flat, so I'll keep the view simple. If you open flat, wait for the first 15-minute candle. If you close above these levels, then try to be buyer. But around 800 levels, I would say try to exit your positions. If you open a very big gap up around 800, then you have to see price action, what the price action is doing to guide you further. You can't be a buyer immediately then. At the same time, if we open a gap down due to some development in the evening, then this can lead to a panic selling in the market, because automatically this range and the trend line will be broken. So we can see a level, I would say even around, I would say 620, 30 levels are possible tomorrow, because selling always happens fast. So this is what I think that can unfold in Nifty.
All right. And
So
if you
what?
look at the internals of on Nifty, it is creating today it created a flag sort of a
Yes.
formation. So do you have any comments on that?
Yeah. So a technical analysis concept states that the longer the flag continues, the weaker it starts to get, because buyers are not ready to take the price higher. So tomorrow, I would say if the breakout has to happen, it has to happen in the first 15 minutes. So wait for the first 15-minute closing. If it doesn't happen, if it starts to continue in this range for a long time, this will become weak, and the chances of falling down will increase. I think a time
Ab-
important for tomorrow would be 10 o'clock. So if you are in a long position, my humble suggestion is try to exit by 10 o'clock if you get some profit, because at 10 o'clock we can either get a price correction or a time correction, considering decay happens on expiry.
All right.
What do you think
I think
about
Reliance was, Reliance was
supporting
one
it?
of the
Yeah,
contributors in Nifty today. And like you rightly mentioned that the longer the flag, the more it shows that the buyers are lesser and lesser interested in, entering the market at the current level. All right.
what do you
So
think
I think
about
that was a good view.
yeah, what do you think about Bank Nifty? Where is it scheduled to go tomorrow? Can you share your screen so I can get your overview? Because I think you are a Bank Nifty trader and you can get some good insights how we can plan the trade tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. So, see, again, like I earlier mentioned that today the Bank Nifty ended up making an ascending triangle, but we did not see a break in this ascending triangle. And tomorrow, what we can expect in Bank Nifty? So, like you said, tomorrow is, an expiry. Tomorrow is 8th of August, 8th of October, the weekly expiry for the indices. So, what happens is sellers tend to protect their levels, and the resistance levels become very strong. So if tomorrow, if there is a flat opening, you can expect a movement till, again, like I mentioned earlier in the past two episodes, also I mentioned the 23,150 level. That is a level that I am waiting for. I feel that the price or the Bank Nifty will move up to 23,150, and then we'll have to see what is the market indicating to us.
Right.
I will, if you're, if there's a flat opening and if you wish to buy, if there are risk seekers in the market, so I will again, give the same view that if you wish to buy with a target of 20,150, but again, lower your quantity. I wouldn't suggest to buy heavy quantity on the upside.
Right.
However, if there is a gap up, if there is a gap up, there is already the profit has been, or the points have already been covered overnight. So again, we'll have to look at the price action as to what is happening over there instead of immediately, taking a trade on the buy side or on the short side.
Yeah.
So again, I will be maintaining my target of 23,150 just to summarize it up.
Yeah. So we can see some selling which will come from those levels tomorrow. So we'll see how Bank Nifty and Nifty reacted these resistances to give us a further insight whether the movement has to continue.
Yeah, so what can happen is tomorrow either Bank Nifty can move up till 23,150 and halt over there tomorrow, and we can see a bloodbath on Friday. So Fridays are known for bloodbaths, and that is what can happen. Or Bank Nifty can either give a move tomorrow itself on the downside. That is my view on Bank Nifty.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think that's quite insightful. So, yeah, that's a good view. So, do you want to talk about the stocks that we can trade for tomorrow?
Absolutely. So I think you have a couple of stocks on your radar.
Yeah, right.
Which one will be your stock or your
So,
pick for tomorrow?
firstly we should talk about Wipro. The reason is Wipro is another IT company which is in focus now. Today, the buyback has been announced. So, there's an announcement that I think on the October 13th, the board meeting will be held to consider buyback. And this has actually led to the Wipro ADR, American Depository Receipts, to shoot up 5.8%
Hmm.
today. So tomorrow you can expect Wipro to open around maybe 2 to 3% higher. So if you are holding Wipro, you should exit at the open because you'll get a very good overnight profit. So you can consider yourself lucky. At the same time, I wouldn't suggest a fresh purchase at a very higher level. So it has given a good breakout. Wipro today has given a breakout. But tomorrow, I would say the profits probably will go overnight. As I can see, the ADR is already up 6%. So I think it can open around 340, 345 easily by tomorrow morning.
Right. I think the IT sector or the stocks in these IT sector is a little overvalued. So maybe, we can just correlate it with TCS as well. In fact, TCS has also announced its results today.
Yeah.
Uh, so what are your view on TCS? What is your view on TCS?
See, whenever the results are announced, the coin has two sides. There are some positives, there are some negatives. The positives
Right.
do outweigh, but the negatives also cannot be ignored. Number one is they have approved their buyback. It's a 53.3 million share buyback at 3,000 rupees per share. So that is approved, and which will probably provide some maybe more upside. Also, the quarter two net profit comes at 21%, which is a good figure. And the good news is the attrition rate of the IT industry is also very important to track. the attrition rate of
Hmm.
TCS today has come to an all-time low of 8.9%. So these are some positives, I think, which can help TCS to maintain its ground. The
Okay,
negative,
but I think there was a 7% drop in net profit
yes.
for TCS.
Yeah, so again, it's a double whammy kind of thing. I would say it has given a better profit than expectations, but it has fallen, as you
Right.
said, 7.2%, I feel, from the previous year quarter. So that is one negative. So we have to see how TCS reacts. Obviously, as you said in the last couple of sessions, all these things are already discounted. That's the reason we have got a 220, 50-point move already in TCS. So tomorrow, what do you think we can do with TCS? Because it will be in focus.
All right. See, I will be maintaining my stance on TCS. I think TCS is at the current level a little overvalued, and I wouldn't suggest fresh buy in TCS. However, if you're looking for a shorting opportunity, though I wouldn't suggest to short an IT sector stock, but risk seekers can look to short IT or sorry TCS below the 2700 round number level.
Yeah.
Below that, they can look for a short up till maybe 2600 levels. I don't think that TCS will, in the near future, fill the gap immediately. That is my view on TCS. On the upside, you can maybe look for a buying opportunity above 2770. But
Good.
again, if you're looking for buying, I will suggest that buy very, very low quantities if
You have to
you're
reduce
going
quantity.
on a long position.
Perfect, perfect. So that's about TCS and the IT sector Wipro. These are two stocks which will be in focus for tomorrow. They'll be trading with heavy volumes. So use your price action analysis and try to be on the right side of the trade. Then, so we can also try to look at Cummins India. So Cummins India, if you look at the charts, it was in a very good uptrend. It was a good buy on dip stock. The trend line was being
Right.
maintained. But just recently, when the crash happened around 25th September, it broke the trend line and the support became resistance. So now it's again back, and you can see there is a multiple testing of the same level. So tomorrow, it is also quite possible that these levels are broken. So I think I'll be looking at Cummins India on a short side tomorrow, and probably we can initiate a short. We can start to do that below, I would say, around 438 or 440 levels, because there is no major level below that. The major level, I would say, comes around 425 or 430. So in intraday basis, I think we can get a good juice out of Cummins India if market supports that.
I think that is a perfect pick for tomorrow. I have a few picks on my radar as well. I think there is some news about PVR in the market.
Yeah,
So the news that has come into market is that the CRISIL has removed a rating watch on for the long-term facilities of PVR. And I think this is a very big negative for PVR. And if we could just open up the charts, all right, the charts are there, the one-day charts are there. I think I will be on the short side of PVR. I won't be looking to buy this stock in the near future.
yeah,
We can expect gap filling in the stock with a target of at around, I feel a 1200 level, 1200 round number level. And from let this, stock come to that level, and maybe we can, change our view, or you can, maybe see what will happen in the future post that.
right.
What is your thought on PVR?
Yeah, it looks good. I think on an intraday basis, we can try to get 1240s or 1238. This 2023 juice is possible, but that obviously depends if the market opens flat. I think that the viewers have to understand that if the markets, let's say, open tomorrow at 1240, then the profit opportunity goes away, because we were planning to
Right.
short around these levels, and you have already covered that in the gap down. So it's very important you open maybe a slight gap down or at flat levels, then only the correct opportunity of a short comes. Same as for Cummins India. If you open only at 435 or something, then the entire profit, ability goes away.
Just
So
lost overnight.
right. I think your view is perfect. I would try to. The same is the view with Inox. So both the peers are doing the same structure. So we can see gap filling in Inox also on a positional basis or even on intraday basis. There is about, I would say, a 5 to 6 rupee gap possible in Inox, which translates to about 2% fall.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe we can also, I think Airtel is something which is
Right.
a buzzing stock currently. Some developments in the company as well. So, like before I get into the technicals, I just would like to cover the news that is surrounding the company. One is that it has renewed the contract with Ericsson,
Yeah,
and I think they are looking to implement the 5G radios in India. That is something which is interesting. And the other news is, wherein there is news coming to the market stating that the company which is PUBG is in talks with Airtel to launch or give the authority to Airtel for its Indian market share.
right.
And if that falls good, and if that sorry, if the what do you say, if the contract is done with the PUBG, Airtel will be a company which will be entering the gaming sector, and I think PUBG has already created a lot of buzz in the market, and I think that will be a really really good positive news for Airtel. However, before that, if we look at the technical point of view, I think there is a little bit of juice left on the downside. I'm looking for a shorting opportunity in Airtel around
Yeah.
till the 400 levels. So maybe you can look for a shorting opportunity below 420 or 418 till with a target price of 400, and at 400 maybe investors can look to add the stock into their
Yeah,
portfolio.
I think it's a very good long-term buying opportunity at 400. We did get a big rounding top formation on Airtel, and you
Right.
have covered all the way down to 400. This, I think, is a must buy for a long-term investor, considering, if Vodafone defaults in the future, Airtel and Jio do become a duopoly. So I think 400 is a very good discount which is offered on Airtel if you come to this level. And
Absolutely.
and finally, we have
Finally, I think
Hero.
sorry, Hero Motocorp. Right,
Right.
right, right.
This is one stock. So auto sector has been on the buzz. It's been doing quite well. So if you see the charts of Nifty, I think auto is the one of the main constituents. So Bajaj Auto, Hero today did drive Nifty higher along with Reliance and other companies. So today Hero,
Right.
if you look at a long term picture, Hero has been in a very good upward channel. So
Uptrend.
it's been a very very good uptrend. It's also giving a sort of a double bottom on the charts. And looking at the current level, it's given a breakout. So it gave a breakout above 3150. It did retest, and today it's given another fresh breakout. So tomorrow I can say you can try to long the company, considering the sector is in focus and the sector is in green. Then we can try to go long above the highs of today. So I would say above 3250 will be a good opportunity to go long on Hero Motocorp. I think that's the view I would like to give on this company.
All right, perfect. Is there anything else on your radar,
No, I think
Devang?
that's all for now. If any other stocks do come up, we will mention and in our YouTube channel during the market hours. But I think this should suffice. Tomorrow is expiry, so we have to play careful and reduce quantities because things are volatile and markets won't give you explanation why they are going a particular way.
All right, that's perfect. So before we conclude, we'll just drop in a tip for our viewers that whenever there's expiry, you can either see a dual market, or if there's a trending market, then the support or the resistance level becomes really, really strong because the buyers or the sellers tend to protect their level on the day of the expiry. All right,
Yeah,
so that is all for today, guys. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and please also click on the bell notification. I believe that many people miss out on the videos when we upload it. So I request you to please click on the bell icon as well.
all
All
right.
right. So that is all from us for today. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Have a good night.